I'm George Flynn. You're watching In-Depth TV. Enough is enough. How much is enough? What is enough? It's all in a definition that you get to make. Now, we all hear the terms, enough is enough, or enough is too much, or that's enough. But what does that mean to you? What does it mean to your lifestyle? What is enough? What is it? How does it show up in your life? How does your family, how does your social group, how do you know when you have enough? We're going to examine that for just a few minutes, and then you get to ask yourself the questions. What is enough for you? You know, we have about a lot of people, I won't say how many, close to 1 billion, and close to 1 billion people that are starving. And we have close to 1 billion people that are overweight and dieting. Some people don't have enough food. Some people have way too much food. Now, I'm not suggesting that we transpose those. I'm just bringing to you the facts. You know, we throw away about 1/3 of the food that's prepared. And we all used to hear, okay, finish your plate, there's starving kids in wherever it was. If you grew up in the U.S., there's starving kids in China. If you grew up in China, there's starving kids in the U.S. Eat your food. I mean, it was something that was said to us. But what is enough for you? And we will have that. Food, what's enough? Cars, how many are enough? Clothes, how much is enough? Let's talk first about your lifestyle. Your lifestyle. What do you do in your lifestyle that is enough for you? What is your lifestyle? Is it, go to work, go home, enjoy the family, or enjoy your hobbies, or enjoy watching TV, have dinner, go to bed, get up, go to work the next day? Or is it one of these exciting, go racing around the country and go on airplane rides and hot air balloon rides and deep sea fishing and snorkeling and scuba diving? Well, how much of that is enough for you? How much of that lifestyle? People talk all the time about the internet lifestyle, which I think for most people is a myth. But work from home, work in your pajamas. Don't get up till noon. Stay up late. Stay online. Set up your store. All from the comfort of your home, without ever leaving home, with no selling. Sound nice? Is it? Is it reality? Well, let's talk about money. Everybody wants to say, what's enough money? How much is enough money? And most people say, well, I can't come up with a number that's enough. Well, you really can. If you come up with what your living expenses, and of course a little bit of cushion, what your living expenses are, and what you expect to spend, and then add a little bit, and you have that much per year, and you break that down per month, and you know what your living expenses are for that time. Now, if you make more money, then you put it into savings. If you make less money, then you've got to figure out a way to spend less, where your income is equal to your expenses. That's what we call enough. Enough is when you have enough money at the end of the month. And you may have some left over, but you always want to have an emergency contingency fund. And those that are making a lot of money, they say, well, how much is enough? And they say, it's never enough. And that's where we get into trouble. If it's never enough, you're always striving and never arriving. And a life of always striving is a life fighting uphill all the time. And you may find yourself in that situation. And there's nothing totally wrong with that, except maybe we need to get our thought processes straight. Do you have enough? Let's talk about cars. We'll go from money to cars, because your house is your biggest expense. Your car is your second biggest expense for most people. So let's talk about your car. You get a car and are you going to drive it every year? Trade it in? Are you going to drive it every 2 years or every 6 years or 10 years? Most of them will still get you from point A to point B or across town, or sometimes even on the highway, if you keep the tires and the oil in the engine and all of the things, the comforts, the air conditioning, the heating, if you keep it all going, most cars will last a long time. And which is better, to buy a new car or trade in your car every 2 to 5 years? Or is it better to repair your car and keep it in tip-top condition and keep driving it? Some people just want the new car. Want it every 2 years. Let's say you're going to drive, let's be gentle. Say you're going to drive 60 years. 60. Okay, 70. You're going to drive 70 years. If you get a new car every couple of years, it's going to be 35 new cars that you get if you're going to drive 70 years. And let's say if you get a car every 10 years, you're going to get 7 new cars. If you get a car every 7 years, you're going to get 10 new cars. So it just depends. Those cars will usually get you from one place to the other, but where do you put your emphasis? Where is enough in your life? Is it enough to have a car every 5 years? Enough to have everyone every 2 years? And remember, your decision is made emotionally. And then you back it up with logic. And the logic will be, the car had scrapes on the paint. I had to get rid of it. Oh, the car had a dent. I had to get rid of it. Oh, the car was getting poor gas mileage. Now, I can really get better gas mileage. I'm going to save hundreds of dollars a year by just gas alone. And remember, you're spending thousands and thousands of dollars for that new car, but you're going to save hundreds. So you made the decision emotionally, and you backed it up with logic, all the reasons that you should do something or you should not do something. So there you have, do you need a new car or not? Or how many cars do you have? Do you have 1, 2, 3? How many cars can you drive at one time? What is enough as far as cars go? And you can answer these questions for yourself. Your health. What kind of health, what is enough? You go to exercise class, or you do some yoga, or you do some running, or you do some weightlifting. What is enough as far as your health goes? Are you into cardio? Are you into weightlifting? Are you into just keeping your diet and exercise correct? Drinking enough water? Enough. What's enough? Everybody says 8 glasses of water a day. Do you drink that much? Is that enough? What about smoking? What about decreasing your smoking? How is that? And alcohol. How much alcohol do you drink? What is enough for you to have some, but not have too much? Have some smoking, but not have too much, I don't recommend smoking or drinking to anyone, but other people have their own decisions to make about what is enough for them. What about your security? How secure are you? And I'm not just talking about physical security, like guards around your house or alarm systems. I'm talking about your security in who you are, in yourself. Your security in operating in the world. You're always wondering what the other people are saying or thinking about you, because they're probably not thinking about you. They're probably thinking about themselves. But are you always worried about what they are thinking? That's security. And financial security. We talked about this for a minute. But what is enough financial security? How much is enough money in the bank? How much is enough income from your investments? And what if it all goes away? What do you do? So what is enough? And how do you diversify all of these investments? By that I mean, keep some on cash and some in investments and some in bonds and some in certificates of deposits. What is the right balance for you? There are people out there that will help you. There are people out there that will, help you find the right balance. Some are selling things, some are not. Some you can hire and they may sell you a product. Some you can hire on an hourly basis, and they will help you purportedly without selling you a product. So we're helping you define and decide what is enough for you. And of course, we're going to go to what is enough money-wise. What is enough when you spend time with your family? How much is enough? How much is the optimal amount of spending time with your family or watching your kids without being what they call a helicopter parent, which is always on top and watching the kids from a little bit of a distance, but not much? What does it mean to you? What do all of these things mean to you? And if you will sit down and write it out, how much money do I need to live? Where do I need to live? What's enough? How big a house is enough? Is it 10 rooms, 2 rooms, 15 rooms, mansion? What will make you know that you have enough? And remember, this is all about your perception of yourself, your family, your social group. What is enough? What is enough money? What is enough time to spend with them? What is enough everything when you allocate that time? How do you break it down? And I know I haven't given you many answers, but I have helped you raise the questions as to your time, your money, your health, and your finances. I would like for you to write down what you think is enough, and let's make sure you have that much. In areas you may have more than enough. In other areas you may have less than enough. But we're going to find that happy balance